There's your boy right there. Let me show you.
And in private, they're trying to see if they can profit from it, both of them.
Series, I showed you this guy right here. There's your boy right there.
Private, they're trying to see if they can profit from it, both of them. Not just one of them, both of them. They're like, Batman and Robin gone bad.
So John Kleck made a video describing the superhuman demon Melech, okay, but that's god of the Canaanites, son of Tibri Baal, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but a superhuman demon right there. And see, 1398, there's your 13 number right there. There's your 33 right there. And then, of course, your 914 in Hebrew.
Of course, Robin Henry Tees is a destroyer. A superhuman demon AC king. I see why all this was reset. Because it's a way to get new words written in. Yep, this is true. He is a liar.
Hebrew as above. Okay, down below, 1398, to do service, to be a slave, serve, do service.
Yeah, that's why I already know I don't impede upon when they have to do their thing. Let them do their thing. Can't impede upon them or the ones that own them.
In a bad sense of those who become slaves to some base power to yield to give oneself up to. The devil is a jinn and Lucifer is an angel.
Right here is the cumulative sum together with their boss, Lucifer. I thought I was a false prophet.
It really doesn't matter either one, beast or false prophet, because then I saw the beast and the kings of the earth with their armies assembled to wage war against the one seat again. But the beast against his army, but the beast was captured with the false prophet, who on its behalf had performed signs. So on its behalf, performing signs, deceiving those who had the mark of the beast already and worshipped its image. So these ones had the mark of the beast already, deceiving the ones that have the mark. So if anybody has the mark and it's the host body mark, then this is pertaining to you. And worshipped its image, the idol. Both the beast and the false prophet were thrown alive into the fiery lake of burning sulfur. And the rest were killed with the sword that proceeded from the mouth of the one seated on the horse. And all the birds gorged themselves on their flesh.
And Lucifer is an angel. Lucifer is the king of Babylon and Satan.
Oh, by the way, feels good to be me. You know why? Because I'm king.
What's that? Robins are better than Batman. That was all the same day. That's worth a photo, because you can see it like if that was Barack Obama behind a Batman mask. But he's definitely behind something. Everybody's behind masks. That was back October 21st, 2020. And then down here I'm saying, so that was 2 years ago now, but Trump will heal from defeat and take vengeance. Heaven breathes life into image of the beast wounded by the...
So John Kleck, another perfect match right there. This is why they don't want me to show you these things.
So you got the name from somebody's voice explaining somebody else. So who's who? Which one is representing the beast? Which one's representing a false prophet? Because this one here lies about me all the time. But is he falsely prophesying, or is he just lying about me in order to deceive all those who have the mark already? The beast was captured along with the false prophet. So captivated, captured, taken. The other ones are left. They were taken along with the false prophet, who is on its behalf had performed signs deceiving those who had the mark of the beast already.
The reason why it says he's the king of Babylon and Satan is because Satan are the jinn. The Arabs clearly describe that in their teachings in the Quran. Okay, so your jinn are your demon devils, and then you have the angels that have fallen, which all serve, the ones that have fallen serve Lucifer. But the Melech, the superhuman demons.
Those prophets of Baal that joined with Elijah, that rounded up all 450 of those prophets of Baal, and they were slain, literally. So you can either believe what I'm telling you, or you can follow after the Joker, because he has stolen the Batmobile.
He was so proud of this joke. Look at him.
All right? I don't care. I don't care. But you're chasing after fool's gold. All right? And in the end,
Deceiving those who had the mark of the beast.
because, see, I'm king, whether you want to believe it or not. You want to believe it or not.
Her head that's risen up is so stupid and ignorant that he doesn't even realize that the lies that he's speaking of himself. And he doesn't realize that that's who he is. That's why he's reserved for the end, for chains. So, the lies that he's speaking of himself.
All right? And in the end, he's going to be slain.
Robin's lies about Elijah sickens this guy right here. My lies about Elijah. My interpretation is considered a lie. So therefore I'm blaspheming the Most High God. Well, sorry, Lou, but you're no God. You're no Most High God. I think it's somewhere in the Bible it told me to say unto Prince of Tyrus, I think it is, and I got to brush up on my scriptures, the one that is claiming to be the Most High God in spirit. Is he a God? Yeah, of course he is. Is he in charge? Yeah. So am I going to find that out? I already did. I already know how it works. I see it all over. It's everywhere. So it's just what it is.
He will. I guarantee it. And in the end, he's going to be slain. He will. I guarantee it.
This was back on November 28th of 2018. So coming up, where to go? It's November 3rd, 2022. Nothing's changed. It's still, even as of today, 9 hours ago.
Reserved. Because he attacked, why it says these are those that whose seats are reserved for them. Reserved. Because he attacks the Most High. He's a blasphemer, an attacker of the Most High God. Whether that be David, Elijah, John the Baptist on the earth, because that's your physical fleshly manifestation that reincarnates, that incarnates back on the earth, the grace that you've been given. And while that grace is here, everyone that dies under grace. But once grace is removed, there's no more remission of sin. That's when they're going to sacrifice the population.
But at least I can have a subject that I need to learn more about, Jezebel. And the day before, it was a joke the same way that I was typing in. That's how I learn. I just, I don't know. So I'll say things and see who. Steve doesn't act like he's talking directly to me. Other people do. They act like they're not. So Steve doesn't have any shame in it. And that's why it just seems like he's not anybody, important, because you're not important either, Robin. Why do you think that guy would be important? Because God uses everybody, even people that you wouldn't think as his anointed.
After grace has left the building, basically. Okay, they don't want you to know that. You should share this video. Okay, you should share it.
That's what I'm doing.
And the other one that I showed you about the ritual that his friend there performed. Okay, it's ritual. It's Masonic ritual. That's because the Masons, they serve Lucifer. They serve Lucifer. Hello. That's who they serve. Hello.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, there it goes. Hello, hello, hey.
Oh, you're saying hello just means Lucifer? Like hello? Oh, hell? Oh, hell. Oh, look at that. Rockin' Robin. Oh, Lucifer equal Rockin' Robin, i.e. fallen angel. Link to video.
Welcome to 5280.
Huh?
Skywatch Photography.
What's that have to do with what you just said?
Hello, 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 hello.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
It's inside the video.
Hello, there it goes.
You should share this video. Okay, you should share it. And the other one that I showed you about the ritual that his friend there performed. Okay, it's ritual. It's Masonic ritual. That's because the Masons, they serve Lucifer. Hello. That's who they serve. Okay?
Make predictions. He wants to make a prediction. Well, I have a prediction for Robin. You want to hear my prediction?
Almost 4 years ago.
Robin, my prediction is this, that within 60 to 90 days, you and I, we're going to see each other face to face. Okay, face to face, you and I, we're going to see each other.
No, we didn't.
And that you're going to be begging me to forgive you. Okay? You're going to be begging me to forgive you. Okay? That's my prediction. That's my prediction. Within 60 to 90 days, you're going to be begging me to forgive you. You're going to ask me to forgive you to my face.
That
Jethro, Seder. Yeah, sold the farm, eh? Can I get that check, JK? I would just assume that's Jonathan Kleck. But this is 4 years ago. And there was a farm that was sold. That happened with my my boss. They sold him the farm. That's what it says, that website. Baptism, John the Baptist, the modern day. They have you with the LeBron James, wherever the name James fits, the Fitz James, James Harden, Curtis James Jackson. So they're linking you in with all these famous people, basketball players. And here it was saying LeBron James thinks he's a reincarnate of King James. And that's kind of like the same thing with King James.
Is we're into King James, and he's about to publish the King James Bible. We've discussed some things about King James, his life. There were attacks against him. Obviously, that's very flawed, and it's really silly. There's a book, but unfortunately, I think it is out of publish because of the liberal agenda. But it's about, the book is titled King James Unjustly Accused.
Because he attacks the Most High. He's a blasphemer, an attacker of the Most High God. Let's see. He's already sold his soul a long time ago. He's living out his soul life doing what he did before, and he doesn't understand, and he's lost.
Yeah, I don't remember anything other than being from about 5 years old till now.
And that's why it says these are those whose seats are reserved for them, reserved, because he attacks the Most High. He's a blasphemer, an attacker of the Most High God. Whether that be David, Elijah, John the Baptist on the earth, because that's your physical fleshly manifestation that reincarnates, that incarnates back on the earth, the grace that you've been given. And while that grace is here, everyone that dies under grace.
So this is the old part of the website you can't find anymore, just on my channel. Stephen DeShawn, the name. The Fitz James families manage Stephen James DeShawn through their Order of St. James of the Sword, but LeBron James, James Harden, Curtis James Jackson. This says that they're wicked members. The Vatican and black nobility have made their Stephen their vicar of Lucifer. So, or representative Lucifer, or representative of Lucifer for his skills in deception and oppressive brainwashing, as well as his willingness to be lawless, ruthless, sadistic, and murderous, like souls.
You want to believe it or not?
Sure, because the beast from the pit that's risen up is so stupid and ignorant that he doesn't even realize that the lies that he's speaking of himself.
So
he doesn't realize that that's who he is. That's why he's reserved for the end, for chains. So, and Cain, like I told you, is sitting.
Cain is reserved for chains. Cain is over in London. He pops up under here once in a while, or just green screening it.
Over in London, England. He's in London, England. I told you that. He's sitting in a high place. He's rich, wealthy.
He told you.
He's sitting in a high place. He's rich, wealthy.
He told you.
And he's in a country that doesn't allow guns.
So if that was Steve, then he's in a country that doesn't. You don't need guns. The land that we don't know about, where nobody needs any guns because there's no, it's secluded, way above us.
See, the Messiah would be born in a country that allows guns. Because Satan would want him killed. Satan would want that the Messiah to be killed. But Cain would be protected because he would be in a country that doesn't have guns. That doesn't have the ability to just pick up a gun. See, that's why you have to understand what's really going on. So.
Yeah, why in heaven, why would you need to have a gun? Wouldn't make any sense.
But there's my vineyard, and I'm going to straighten it all out. I'm going to straighten it up.
His next door neighbor, King Ahab, lives just up the road, decides that he wants Naboth's field, decides that it's a perfect location to have a vegetable garden that the King Ahab wants to grow. He can't.
Yeah, so anyway.
Because it's going to get beautiful. It'll be beautiful this summer. There'll still be some weather changes and stuff, but that's because of the incoming star that's coming in. You have to understand that too. But the
Incoming star. So this was 3.5 years ago. This is my favorite video.
Mentioned that before in our previous discipleship class, but I would highly recommend that book. That's probably the best book that will defend King James' life.
There's 66 books in here. Where's Robin's book at? Can you guys show me where Robin's, put it on the screen where Robin's book is so I can go to it and see.
Yesterday. 5 hours ago.
But I would highly recommend that book. That's probably the best book that will defend King James' life.
Begging me to forgive you. You're going to ask me to forgive you.
I can see that part, meaning, I'm sorry, Steve, for coming after you with anger all this time. I didn't know you were Lucifer representing even or speaking for in the beginning. I was confused. How am I supposed to know? Look, God understands, the Most High God understands my situation. And if I was God, I would give someone a lot of leeway because they're doing this all on their own. And all these important people come in that person's direction. Let's see. The moment all the people come over in this direction, and you just wonder why. Why? What's the point? Well, I had to figure that out over time. So I can see where I would feel bad about certain things that I'd said, I'm sure. After all the truth is finally revealed and everybody's telling it, it changes things.
Never researched anything I've said.
Thank God for that, huh? Good thing. Good thing I didn't go down that rabbit hole.
Well, we know.
I don't know much about computers, so if I ever, you've never researched anything I've said. There's 66 books in here. Where's Robin's book at? Can you guys show me where Robin's, put it on the screen where Robin's book is?
I never mentioned that before in our previous discipleship class, but I would highly recommend that book. That's probably the best book that will defend King James' life.
Adversary of Messiah. Okay? Who is Antichrist? All right? Who is Antichrist? Well, right here. For many deceivers are entered into the world who confess not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist.
Just anti in place of. It's not so much against, but in place of. 500. G, 500. Didn't I say in the video the other day, Steve, your number, 500, but I was just joking. Because you're like, go figure. Like if someone told you a number, it's 513. Go figure. In gematria. No, wait, I'm sorry, 505. Go figure. Because everything just has like that go figure meaning to it, like every number. And I said, oh, no, it's 500. And there you go. How did I know? Well, I already knew that, this portion here.
Jesus Christ has come in the flesh. He is here in the flesh, okay? Under the steward. Understand it. Under the steward. I could write the same thing as you.
One day
Robin
ago.
Henry Tees is Jesus Christ in the flesh. If that's what you're proclaiming, and you're saying that you're Jesus, well, here you are down in death, because simple gematria is death. When you understand like I
Hell
do.
is down here.
462 in simple gematria. Even 2579, as above, so below. As above.
Like the light David, dark David, the scripted Messiah, the spirit Messiah.
So below, when you understand how I see things, and all of your efforts, because you're without God, will be as vanity. When you can see that too, then you start to see. But I just want to give you a clue here. So Robin Henry Tees is Jesus Christ in the flesh. I can write the same thing, see? See, I have the same power, except my power is stronger than Robin's. Stephen James Strachan is Jesus Christ in the flesh. No. When you understand it, you realize that Jesus he died. Jesus, the man Christ Jesus, died.
Oh, really? I thought we were still looking for him.
It's the Father that gave him his power.
See, think about this. Would I have any power if Stephen James Deshawn never came in my direction from the very beginning, giving me his power?
I don't care. But you're
Apparently.
chasing after fool's gold.
So all the way back then, giving me his power just by the attention, and because he's supposed to be poor, suffering servant, it's like a mind trick on me to try to get me to deter from, because who's going to believe he's anybody? And that's the beauty of the whole entire, this thing, whatever it is that is continually happening, that at some point there's an ending of it.
And if you don't know the Father, then you're in vain. Okay? But see, I live in Christ because I know the Father. I can say that. I truly can. I can know who Father is. I know Father. Okay? Robin don't know Father.
I think I see where you're going with this. You call me Hambone because you're Hambone. You say, I think I'm Jesus Christ in the flesh because you think you're Jesus Christ in the flesh. You say, I don't truly know the Father because you're saying I'm blinded. You think that I think that that's who I am. But don't I know the Father? If I think that I'm Jesus Christ in the flesh, well, yeah, you would, then I'd be sick in the head to think that.
He says he loves with his lips, but his heart is far from.
No. I am your Father.
But look at that, right there. 30.
That's impossible. Search your feelings, you know it's true.
I'm pretty sure that is what I think it is. And it does confirm. It confirms. Oh, look at that.
A lamb slain.
Wonder what Robbins means over here. What?
In the end, he's going to be slain. He will. I guarantee it.
Wonder what Robbins means over here. Wonder what H2579 has to do with something in a house. It's got a 2579. That's got to be something to do with the house of Ham. H2579.
Young Ram.
That's Robin's number there. The rule by which one judges to decide suit and case, place where judgment is given. Yeah, well, that pretty much coincides with that too. So, serve an angel of righteousness, and they think that they're saved. And
I mean, that angel of righteousness?
in reality, they are actually not saved, which is unfortunate for them. But
why don't you let them go? Why don't you let my people go? Let them go. Pull the earpiece out. Stop talking to them in their ear. Stop. They don't have to DoorDash anymore. What's the point? Let them go, Steve.
do you see it? It's the left eye. It's darkened. All right? You
He is a
see it
living
over there
being.
with King.
He is given personal names and titles. Personal acts and attributes are ascribed to him. We see this mentioned in the Bible. He grabbed the dragon, that old snake.
You're saying, so this is saying Lucifer grabbed
Or an abstract design.
both sides. They're really two dinosaurs side by side with the baby. Yeah, right, sure.
Enemy. The devil, Lucifer, is a real person.
The devil, Lucifer, is a real person.
The devil isn't a force, a concept, or an abstract design.
Do you see the eye? Do you see it? It's the left eye. It's darkened. All right? You
He is
see
a
it
living
over there
being.
with King.
He is given personal names and titles.
The devil, Lucifer.
Personal acts and attributes are ascribed to him. We see this mentioned in the Bible. He grabbed the dragon, that old snake, the very devil, Satan himself.
Who did? Wait a minute. He grabbed the dragon, that old snake. Who? Lucifer?
That old snake, the very devil, Satan himself.
But then it said the very devil, Satan himself. Is this meaning separate? The very devil, meaning Lucifer, grabbed Satan himself.
Mentioned in the Bible.
Think about how it's said
He
here.
grabbed the dragon, that old snake, the very devil.
He grabbed
the dragon, that old snake.
So if Lucifer grabbed the dragon, that old snake,
The very devil, Satan himself.
meaning like the very devil, Lucifer, grabs the serpent, the snake, Satan himself, could be saying it as two different entities here, two different between them.
Chained him up for 1,000 years.
Because the way it seems like it's saying Lucifer chained up Satan, two different entities.
Dumped him into the abyss, slammed it shut and sealed it tight.
Harder to see. So I'm sure his is too.
So the title about it was Jezebel. And then, which is Ahab's wife. So I need to know a little bit more about that.
Understand what you're dealing with here. Okay, it's a base power. And Jezebel, who is Lilith, the same individual, same spirit.
It does appear it's either as a succubus or a vampire. Old school Supernatural fans may remember her as the first human to be tempted by Lucifer into becoming a demon. Speaking of Lucifer, in that show she's also referred to
as the spirit of Lilith, right? Same spirit.
Lay your hands upon me, everyone. I am life.
Oh boy.
I am mother. My man's seed is nourished within me.
In other words, the man seed from inside the belly.
Touch my breasts, my friend. I am lactating.
So that's where the breast milk comes from.
Forgive me for bursting in on you, but the little bud couldn't bear to be parted from her daddy. And
Her daddy. Her daddy. The reptilian parthenogenesis, self-fertilization inside of the body.
another instant. Whisper to him, her through my navel.
Lilith would be the one who can get pregnant as a dude.
Later, after I finish this trick. Perhaps a few more.
A cradle of life. My womb is the Tigris and the Euphrates. I am a slender tendril reaching.
Wait a minute. So the Euphrates is dried up. Man, I never thought.
I am a slender tendril reaching back to the primordial ooze. I am a cradle of life. My womb is the Tigris and the Euphrates.
Euphrates will be dried up.
The Euphrates River is the longest and the most important rivers in the Western Asia.
Right.
Starting from Turkey, the Euphrates flows through Syria and Iraq and to Arab, in which empties in the Persian Gulf.
Empties in the Persian Gulf. Empties in the Persian Gulf.
In which empties in the Persian Gulf.
Slender tendril reaching back to the primordial ooze.
I think he knows exactly what's going on there. That's why he's like, oh, God. Come on, dude.
100% truth. So you got to tell 100% truth, and you have a testimony like you're in a court of law. And you're going to be held accountable right in front of God. God's going to hold you accountable. So I'm not going to say anything unless I know for sure that, the Lord showed it to me.
And then she did bring to Adam. And who do you think Adam fornicated with? A lot of people say Lilith. I believe that. I believe it was probably Lilith.
Which, if you look, right, and you look why he's talking about it, who is Lilith, to say it's a base power. And Jezebel, who is Lilith, the same individual, same spirit. That spirit of Jezebel is the same as the spirit of Lilith.
Sure that,
right?
The Lord showed it to me.
And then she did bring to Adam. And who do you think Adam fornicated with? A lot of people say Lilith. I believe that. I believe it was probably Lilith.
Now you were
That's why I got Adam, Ahab, David fornicated with. So Adam as him fornicating with Lilith, and then Ahab with Lilith being Jezebel. Well, then Ahab was with Jezebel. But was that fornication? Well, no, they were married, right? So where's Eve at in this system? Well, Eve is also with Adam because Eve was also created from the male spirit. I believe once you die, your male spirit, I think what you're trying to say, Steve, is the ones that die go up, come back down. You say reincarnate as women, but I say the torso or your portion inside of your brain that they take out and place it, and then you come back down here as the male spirit trapped in a woman's body.
May remember her as the first human to be tempted by Lucifer into becoming a demon. Speaking of Lucifer, in that show she's also referred to as the mother of demons. One that I missed that actually has quite an interesting take on Lilith's story is the fifth element, which sounds quite weird to say considering it's a futuristic sci-fi. Lilu is portrayed in a similar way to Adam's first wife, and her speaking ancient Aramaic now makes more sense than when I watched the movie as a kid. Instead of destroying humanity, she actually ends up saving it, turning the original story on its head. When it comes to video games, if you've played anything remotely popular, it's likely you've seen her name somewhere, as it appears in Final Fantasy, Borderlands, Diablo, Darksiders, Devil May Cry, and many, many more. Personally, I think Lilith has an interesting story, regardless of how confusing and stitched together the original references may be.
Because the story is that Lilith was first, like the first woman created from clay. Eve was taken from a man. So Eve was part of the bone that was taken from man, and then Adam has Eve within him male, female, together in one body. And then, but Lilith is more like Bathsheba. I think so you got David, Bathsheba, and I think you got Ahab and Jezebel, and you got Adam and Lilith, or Eve, David, Bathsheba, Peter and Paul. Or you got the serpent in the garden and Adam and Eve separately. There's different ways that it's interpreted and fulfilled.
Universal concept, which is why I think it's referenced so often today.
Same spirit. That spirit of Jezebel is the same as, it's a base power. And Jezebel, who is Lilith, the same individual, same spirit.
Which means Ahab would be her husband. Not that not that it's even a sexual thing. It's just a political partnership.
That spirit of Jezebel is the same as the spirit of Lilith, right? Same spirit. Which, if you look...
Witch. So, the witch is...
All right? And you look why he's talking about it.
This is what I'm talking about, because I'm trying to figure out who exactly is playing the exact role on the internet, YouTube platform, end of the world, Bible prophecy being fulfilled with the key players, the great red dragon who has the 10 kings, and he's going to cause all those to be deceived. Everybody, even mainly the ones with the mark of the beast. So why am I talking about it? In order to get answers like I just did, thanks to SJD for just making a video about it. I'll take what I can understand and put it in play.
Let's go back. I clicked on his name, it won't let me open up. But this is that spirit. He serves that base power, that darkness.
Yeah, I mean, if you call it for free, if you call it as serving the dark powers, if you say that I work for someone, period, end of story. Yeah, but it's not a paid working. I know what I'm doing. I've known more of what I've been doing now than I did 5 years ago. And I know there's a timeline, and I know I just got to keep going with it. And the only way that I can really get answers, because I don't know the Bible inside out, is to say the things that I don't understand, or at least I'm getting close to understanding. And if anybody cares, They'll help me figure it out.
He proclaims to be holy, but he lays with unclean thing. Unclean thing.
I don't claim to be holy. I don't know what you're talking about. When did I say I'm holy? Family cursed king?
You know,
I don't act like I don't watch porn or have never watched porn in my life or have never, what do you consider sin? Drinking? Eating? I'm not acting like I don't. When I do, I do. When I don't, I don't. It's when people lie about it. That's the problem. That's the sin. The sin is when you're lying about something that you think is a sin. So you'll lie about it because of how backwards everything is.
well, yeah. How many times again he's going to be?
But Steve is the master of double talk, the mark of the beast. Do I make myself clear? Big, beautiful bear hug, Benjamin Netanyahu. I can feel it in the air tonight. Robin Henry Tees.
Right there.
It's mind over matter. I know the graves, meanings and number. White flames down. Noted hypocrite. Queuing of the Jews. Is that King or?
Right there.
Is that?
Right there.
Name the Jews. Gold XRP standing. Queens of the Jews. Mother load of bad ideas.
Right there.
Party in the USA, perfection of anger. A level playing field. That's more like it. In this together. I know that, Steve. I know what you're doing. Obviously I know exactly what you're doing. But man, I'll tell you what. If that's true, because even John the Baptist was looked at as the greatest prophet. Lucifer was God's anointed, just like Saul was. It's God's anointed. You're my love, George Walker Bush. Is that you too, Steve? You're George Bush behind the mask. A new happy house. Yeah, when? Literal house. I'm waiting for that literal happy house. Refinement of time, the book of Psalms, Ocean State, job lot. Yeah, that sounds good too. On the Ocean State, a job lot. Turning point from dark to light. So that's what happened with Stephen James and Sean here. He's not going to admit it to you. You need to just figure it out or be deceived, one or the other, because he's going to deceive those with the mark of the beast. My love, you are. Will we ever meet? I have one day to figure that out because, I don't know. Something unusual happened when I was driving back. I was watching the gauge the entire time of the battery. It went back up to 13.9. I cleaned the terminals. That seemed to boost it up. It's fine. Came back, drove back around. There was a scooter guy. I talked to him before. He had this bright light on his scooter. I don't know, he just drove. Once I seen that light and drove by, the gauge went from 13.9 to 13.5, like that. I'm like, what the hell happened? So I don't know.
Lying spirits again. Perfect.
Lying spirits again. Holiness. Wait a minute. Wasn't there something said that Somebody's not even on the earth. Like somebody's not even on the earth.
Perfect match.
Someone from heaven can't actually come down and meet anybody. The true creator, holiest of holies.
Oh, it's not coming up. Let's see.
No, it's not coming up. For the first time, my battery just was like unusually draining. It could be a natural thing, could be a targeted thing. Just the simple fact that I had already booked it, was planning on it. And I remember last time I was going to go down to Stephen James and Sean's house, and out of nowhere, my son's grandma got sick, and she texted me and said she can't watch him now. Me and my wife were going to go up. This time it was just going to be me. And as soon as I said that, my battery started to drain out a little. It's not a comfortable feeling when you wake up in the morning with a 2-year-old truck, a young Ram, and you push the button and it's like, run, run, run. Huh? And then with that taking place over the past couple of weeks, as soon as I booked the stay in Michigan, I all of a sudden started having battery problems. And I remember from before, I took the sign from God that, oh, okay, well, I wasn't supposed to go down there. And then this time around, I booked the hotel and everything. I already took off of work. I made sure I had enough money to go down there to pay for gas for 3 days. And I start having battery issues, and it's not a comfortable feeling when I'm at work and my battery dies and I don't even have jumper cables. I don't have a battery backup. Yeah, I can call the insurance and have them roadside assistance. My brother helped me, both of them, today. So that was cool. They both helped me. My brother Michael came to help me. We went to AutoZone. I bought the battery for $250. They had only 2 left. Ain't that kind of crazy how Paul Begley said something about his son has a Dodge Ram, dead battery 6 days ago. And the same exact thing happened to me today as I communicate back and forth with Paul Begley. Who let the dogs out? On that story. It's just a story. So that's all this is. It's all stories. But yeah, I mean, it's my decision. I got 1 day I can cancel it, get my money back, and just take the damn sign and see that I'm not meant to go down. Let's see.
Lying spirits again. Perfect match.
Lying spirits. Will we ever meet? Sounds like a lie.
Oh, it's not coming up.
It's not coming up. Robin Henry Tees.
Let's see.
I got that sense, and it's something I want to do, but I also know my gut feeling to see how tomorrow goes and how bad anybody even wants me to go or not. Now I think I know why. I just might order me an EMP shield for my vehicle, because I think my wife even came home and said her battery in her car is going low. Could be just usage, because that's about 2 years old, but my actual battery itself in the truck died out. It's dead. I took it for a test. It's completely dead. No good. I got $10 for it.
14 in Hebrew, as above. Okay, down below.
I am down below. So you're above. You're not even. What you're saying is you're not even really down there. You're not even where it looks like you are, which I already
1398. The slaves to some base power to yield to give
A bad sense.
oneself up to. Okay, superhuman demon, Melech. Okay, that's your. See, the devil is a jinn and Lucifer is an angel. Lucifer is the king of Babylon and Satan.
So are you saying Lilith is Satan? Because Lucifer is from above, but he's not really down there. I'm down here. I'm actually walking this out on this earth. So these people are mine. Free my people.
Okay, of Babylon and Satan